All right, let's talk about something we all do. It's this modern ritual, a little journey we take every single day. It starts out so simple, but it always ends with that wobbly re-entry into the world. Yep, we're diving into the digital squat and the newborn stride. Okay, so let's just jump right in with a question straight from our source material. And it's a bit of a personal one, so get ready. What's your most favorite pooping position? I know. But before you even think about it, the source has this perfect and I think super relatable answer that really kicks this whole thing off. And that's what brings us to the first part of this little saga, a quick trip. Or you could call it the call to adventure. This is the starting line, It's where every one of these stories kicks off. Not with some big dramatic moment, but just a really, really simple, everyday intention. So, what is this legendary squat we're talking about? Well, here's the official definition. It's not some kind of, crazy yoga pose. Nope. It's just the act of staying seated, phone in hand for way, way longer than you needed to be after, the main event is over. Come on, we've all been there. And that's really the whole thing, right? Nobody plans this. It's not on your calendar. It just happens. It all starts so innocently. You tell yourself, I'm just going to be a minute. All right, so from there, things start to escalate. Welcome to part 2, the time warp, or the ordeal. This is where things get weird. This is the heart of the experience, where, time just melts. All the normal rules, gone. So how does this time warp even start? Well, it begins with that little lie we tell ourselves, that simple promise. Okay, just a quick check of my email. Oh, just this one video. It's that tiny little bargain with yourself that just flings the door wide open. And this timeline here, it just maps out the whole spiral perfectly. It kicks off with a quick check. Before you know it, 5 minutes have passed and you're like, okay, one more video. Then boom, 10 minutes. You're deep in some rabbit hole about, the history of sporks or something. And then you hit the 20-minute mark. And that's when the big questions hit. Who am I? What am I doing with my life? And the source material just captures this feeling perfectly with one sentence. It's that moment the phone kind of fades out of focus and you just snap back to reality. Suddenly you're deep in videos questioning your life choices. Yep, that's the one. That jarring, what have I done moment. But of course, a journey this deep into the digital abyss, it has a price, which brings us to part 3, the price of comfort. Or maybe we should call it the rebirth, because now you actually have to remember you have a physical body. So, let's look at the scorecard for this whole experience, shall we? It's a pretty brutal trade-off. For comfort, while you're lost in that scrolling paradise, oh yeah, that's a solid 10 out of 10. Total bliss. But when it comes to circulation, well, the score for that is a big, fat 0. A goose egg. Nothing. Zilch. That mental comfort comes at a very, very real physical price, and your legs are the ones paying the bill. And yeah, that 0 on the scorecard leads to one single inevitable result. Your legs completely fall asleep. You know that feeling, right? The static, the pins and needles. It's like your legs are just a fuzzy television screen. That is the price of admission back to the real world. And that brings us to the grand finale, the 4th and final act. The newborn stride, or as we're calling it, the return. This is it, the heroic final challenge, just trying to stand up. And yes, this special way of walking actually has a name, and it is perfect. The newborn stride. That wobbly, pins and needles fueled, am I gonna make it attempt at walking after you've spent just a little too much time in the digital squat. And to wrap this all up, there's just one final image from the source that says it all. After all that time, all that scrolling, all that existential dread, and you stand up like a newborn deer. It's just perfect, isn't it? So shaky, so awkward, but it's a feeling we all know so well. So next time you find yourself taking that wobbly walk of shame, just remember the newborn deer. You are definitely not alone.